Hello everyone, Dota2 Talk here. In this video, I'll be talking about Beastmaster's talent tree, which was introduced in patch 7.00. Please keep in mind this is not a beginner's guide, which means you should at least know each hero's playstyle and mechanics. Beastmaster is normally positioned in offlane or jungle in the early game because he is a very tanky offlaner, or pretty much just a normal hero that's very tanky, and he will normally start off roaming and pushing once he has a Blink Dagger or has a Necro Book. Jumping straight to his level 10 talent tree, he either gets plus 15 XP gain or plus 20 movement speed. So if you already have a Blink Dagger and your enemy teams are based on pushing early towers and ganks, then take the plus 15 XP gain because you will want to be getting much more experience from getting kills under your tower, and you don't need the plus 20 movement speed in this case because your enemy heroes come to you instead of you going to them. Another great thing about the plus 15 XP gain is it allows Beastmaster to level up faster, gaining access to much better option talents that can greatly improve his survivability and his performance towards the late game. The only time I would take plus 20 movement speed is when I'm very poor in gold and I'm nowhere near close to my Blink Dagger or any other utility items like Force Staff or the Necro Book. Having the extra movement speed to get to a fight, to counter, initiate, hopefully win the team fight or gank, and that's pretty much it. The 15 XP gain is still a far much more superior talent compared to the 20 movement speed in any other cases. At level 15, you either get plus 12 strength or minus 25 second respawn time. Plus 12 strength is really good option because Brewmaster is already a very tanky hero. By having more health, this allows Beastmaster to continuously apply pressure to enemy tower with his attack, speed, aura for his teammates and his summon units. Because he's alive, Beastmaster can keep summoning eagles for longer vision uptime, gaining map control this way. Enough health to allow Beastmaster and his summon units also to be brave and to go further into enemy jungles or river to deward and make it out alive. So in this case, if I'm very confident that I'm very tanky as a Beastmaster, I would buy a smoke and I'll smoke myself and buy a sentry ward along with a smoked wild boar and then start dewarding, so placing sentries, taking their observer wards down so they don't see you now, and then you gain much more better map control, and then by doing this you guys can gank easy. You can do so many things from here, so like you break their formation, you know where they are, and then you can go to them, they don't know where you are. It's pretty much a mind game here, so it's really powerful. The only time to take minus 25 second respawn time is when you know that you're not tank enough to survive anything. So if you never die as a Beastmaster, right, the minus 25 second respawn time is basically a dead talent. So his skills and ultimate has low cooldowns anyway, so by the time Beastmaster respawns without the minus 25 second respawn time, all his abilities will be off cooldown most of the time. So if you don't die, right, as a Beastmaster, never take minus 25 respawn time. The plus 12 strength will definitely help you out much more in when you're alive, doing fights or making plays or whatever. Quick tip as well, if you're going up against Necrophos, who can easily deal a lot of damage to tanky heroes based on how much health a hero HP has lost, then take the minus 25 second respawn time instead. So having less strength in this case may allow Beastmaster to live from Necrophos' ultimate, which is the Scythe, and if Beastmaster happens to die, he respawns quicker in this case. So basically you're killing two birds with one stone in this situation. If you're going up against Undying, that who steals strength all the time, take the plus 12 strength instead, so you won't be so squishy after taking a few decays in the face. At level 20 talent tree, you either get a 12% cooldown reduction or plus 300 health. Very straightforward talent. If you're the only initiator and the only tank in your team, take the extra health for survivability for the entire fight, because again, avoid taking 300 health if you're going up against Necrophos, and only take the 300 health if you're going up against heroes like Undying who steal strength, and also up against any heroes with burst damage, so they can't burst you down, you can outlive all their damages. With the plus 300 health talent, most Beastmasters will work towards a defensive item like Pipe of Insight or Crimson Guard or an Assault Cuirass, depending on what type of team you're going up against. Because with so much physical and magical damage reduction and extra health, you can easily survive and fight back with Inner Beast, attack speed, aura to do many kinds of things. The only time you want to take the 12% cooldown reduction is when you don't die as much, which means you don't need extra health, because you're not taking any damage, and having extra health is basically a dead talent. You and your team are always consistently ganking or pushing, and with the reduced cooldown, Beastmaster have access to much frequent summon units to push, frequent eagles for vision and map control, and also much more ultimate users that's always ready to stun enemy core heroes for 4 seconds. This is really, really strong. And the only time you want to take 12% cooldown reduction is when you're very very close, or you already have an Octarine core. So both these combined literally makes Beastmaster an unstoppable machine from just summoning units, summoning his book units, and using ultimate every like 1 minute or something like that. It's crazy. And at level 25, you either get plus 175 wild X damage or 120 damage. Now, each of this talent tree choices would change the gameplay of Beastmaster. You must think very carefully and analyze the situation before picking either one of these, because if you pick the wrong one, right, it will greatly cost Beastmaster a great deal of loss and unable to take full advantage of the game and the performance. What do you actually mean by that, if you ask me? Well, that's a good question, guys, and if I have to explain, I will give you 2 scenarios, so please be patient with me, and you have to picture it with your imagination. So scenario 1, if you notice your enemy heroes have little armor, so like they don't have a lot of armor, they don't possess any items that provide extra armor, such as Assault Cuirass, Shiva's Guard, Solar Crest, Guardian Greaves, or Crimson Guard, take plus 175 wild X's damage. Why? Because wild X no longer deal pure damage. It deals physical damage now, and with the talent, Beastmaster can deal 335 physical damage from a safe distance every 13 seconds, which is pretty good. And if you take cooldown reduction into account, which is the 12% cooldown reduction from your talent tree, that's every 335 physical damage every 11.4 seconds. And if you have 12% cooldown reduction and also 25 cooldown reduction from Octarine core, you can keep throwing wild axes every 8.5 seconds, dealing 335. That's crazy. And don't forget, your Necro Book, your Call of the Wild, Boar, Eagle, Primal Roar Ultimate, are also greatly lowered cooldown, meaning you can just keep applying pressure by pushing, by throwing axes, making space, dealing damage, whatever. Okay, scenario 2, alright, and assume you are on Radiant side, alright, and you have a split pushing hero in your team, such as Anti-Mage, Weaver, Morphling, Meepo, Tinker, or Nature's Prophet, who keeps pushing enemies top lane at their tier 3 tower. So enemy is Dire, so your split pusher is pushing their tier 3, and you as the Beastmaster and other 3 heroes are pushing Dire bot lane at your tier 3. The best talent choice here is the plus 120 damage. Why? Because your split pusher will eventually make so much space for you guys, and then you have your summon units and other team members can easily break their bot lane tower and barracks much faster with Inner Beast attack speed aura plus the additional 120 damage, as there is no use for the additional 175 wild access damage in this case. This is what I meant by picking the right talent, as it really makes a huge difference in game and it changes the whole game and the playstyle of a hero. Alright guys, please keep in mind this is just an idea and also the best one I can come up with that works really well with the talent tree by default. However, this does not mean this talent tree build will always work for Beastmaster in every game, because in Dota 2 every build will always change depending on type matchups. This is it for the videos, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please share, like, and subscribe for more upcoming videos. If you have any cool ideas or interesting item build or a new way of playing Beastmaster, please comment down below and please leave a like. I will see you all next time in the next video. Bye.